In the early 1970s, Jamaica was at a crossroads. Prime Minister Michael Manley promised a new future: free education, better wages, housing for the poor. But in a world divided by the Cold War, his socialist policies made him a target. The United States saw Manley as too close to Cuba, and they were ready to make Jamaica pay the price. Washington didn't send soldiers. They sent the market. American banks suddenly stopped lending to Jamaica.
No way.
The International Monetary Fund, backed by the U.S., tightened credit and demanded structural adjustments. They cut jobs and raised prices. Investment dried up. Gas and food became scarce. Inflation soared. The dollar collapsed. Everyday Jamaicans stood in endless lines for basic goods. But the war wasn't just economic. It was bloody. CIA-linked groups allegedly funneled weapons into rival political gangs. The 1976 election turned Kingston into a war zone. Gunmen stalked the ghettos, shooting rivals on sight. Houses were firebombed. Hundreds of civilians were killed. Entire neighborhoods were turned into armed camps. Tivoli Gardens, Jungle, Rima, split by party loyalty and soaked in blood. Jamaica had never seen violence like this. Parents kept their children indoors after sunset. Corpses lay in the street for hours, too dangerous to collect. And behind the scenes, Washington watched and smiled as the country tore itself apart. Manley fought back with fiery speeches. "We are not for sale, Dot. We are not for Washington or Moscow. We are for Jamaica." But the pressure worked. By the end of the decade, Jamaica was drowning in debt, the economy in free fall. In 1980, Edward Seaga, favored by the U.S., came to power. American money flowed back in. Violence slowed. Washington had won the war without firing a shot. The economic war of the 1970s left deep scars. Jamaica's debt crisis lasted decades. The guns stayed in the garrisons. The poverty and political tribalism never truly disappeared. And many Jamaicans still believe that the country's chance at true independence died in those years. Was Jamaica punished for choosing its own path? Tell us what you think in the comments and subscribe, because next time we explore the rise of the Shower Posse and how Kingston became the gun capital of the Caribbean.